Okay, we can go ahead and start the first response service tonight. Go ahead with roll call again. I am here. Judy Kerr, Chris Gregory, Linda Bruce, Shane Burton, Brian Crook, David Nollner.
Here.
We are missing David Thomas. Okay, go ahead and read the minutes from last month and let me know if we approve them. Yeah. All right, got that. Okay. Go ahead and look at your agenda this evening. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, we got a pretty small budget tonight or agenda tonight. If we could go ahead and get a first and second to set it. All in favor? Shoot. Okay, so Matt Beatty's not here tonight to go over anything of his. Rescue squad, Timmy's not here. So Ken Buckmaster?
I'll ask one question on EMS, and I don't know if you may or may not know the answer to this one. The committee that the county commission put together is to look at the hospital proposal. Do you know if that has met yet?
I think Shane Burton is on it. I am on it. Daniel Summers, I believe, is on it. But no, we haven't had any meetings yet. We just know that it exists and that we're gonna start discussing this packet. That's all we know right now.
Okay, active members, I'm at 25. That's more than we've ever had. And to be honest with you, I'm out of gear, face pieces, radios, everything else. I'm gonna hold there, and I think when you get my budget, you're gonna understand why. Our call volume is up. Our participation is up, therefore our per diem is up, way up. We're averaging many more members per call than we ever had. So I think I'm going to hold at 25 for a few months and see how that works out before we start spending money on a bunch of gear and stuff. Vehicle needs, I don't have any storage building, obviously. We'll talk about that in a minute. The RFQ for that building did close February 13th. Had 6 engineers submit the RFQs. We did away with 3 of them pretty quickly because they just didn't follow the guidelines. They sent us drawings and referrals to buildings like the main Gallatin or Wilson County building would be just way beyond what we want. A 4th one, which I would have considered, contacted them and they didn't have any references. So that took me down to 2. I've spoken to both of them. I've had them both down there to look over the building, look over where we want it, go over some drawings, get some informal information. The one response I got, cost for plans and drawings was 6% of the total cost of the project. Oversight of the entire project was another 2% of the cost of the project. What I didn't get from them, and I hope to have it today, was an informal price. So I still don't know what that means. That building, the way we looked at it, was 43 by 85 with 6 bays. I can negotiate that if the price, they say informally it's going to be X dollars. I can negotiate that down or even shrink the building. That's more building than we need. But the future may mean we need it. It all depends on that price, and I'll bring that to you as soon as I get it. So if you picture the back of the building, go around behind the building, picture the 3 bays to the right, look straight at Broadway Apartments, that big concrete slab. Off the end of that concrete slab to the corner of the building towards Broadway Apartments. 43 feet deep, 85 feet towards the creek. The mayor did speak with the engineers when they were down there looking about the jail, and what we got planned will not interfere with that jail whatsoever. I mean, I've heard rumors, but no, I wouldn't be obligated to speak to that. Any questions on any of that part of it?
I might have missed, were you taking bids on the building or did you already? get
No, only the RFQ. As I understand it, they sent me the rules for that. The RFQ, going through that means I don't have to bid the price of the building. I can still negotiate it. But with the 2% oversight of the engineer, they would get all the bids. They would hire the contractors. They would oversee the construction to make sure they followed every rule and every aspect of it. So they would bid all of that. So that's what I'm waiting on is like I said, if they come back and say, yeah, informally, it's going to be $300,000. I'm saying, okay, let's cut it in half. Let's do something different because that's way too much. If we can come to a figure that I feel comfortable bringing to y'all and still satisfies the needs of the department, I think that's where we'll be at. I do like the idea of their oversight for 2%. They have access to way more construction people that can bid than what we would ever get. A lot of the people I talked to that these guys have worked for, actually, they gave an informal cost. By the time they bid it out, that informal cost went down sometimes as much as 15% because they had so many people bidding on it. So.
Do you know, can Trousdale be anybody here?
Anybody
Build
can
it.
bid on it. It'll be an advertised bid, just like anything else. Yeah, but the advertised bid for them may go from Knoxville to Memphis because they do that many. This, excuse me, the one architectural workshop, they gave me a building in Westmoreland. I went and looked at it. It's not built yet. It's not even started. They gave me another one in Millersville that's not started. They also did the fire hall in Oak Grove, which I went and looked at. It's a pretty good looking fire hall. Very similar to what we need, although it is their primary fire hall. The other one, Bhutan, I think it is, they're out of Cookeville. They did 3 EMS stations in Smith County. They did some EMS stations and some satellite fire stations in DeKalb County. I went and looked at those. Those are very similar to what we're looking for. And their people that are in those buildings have no problems with any of them. So that was part of the reason I went with those two.
Does anyone have questions about, I'm sorry, I didn't see your light.
It's okay. A couple of questions, not building related. One, you mentioned with 25 active members, you're short on some equipment. Can you kind of expand on that? Like what you're short on, and I guess how much you're short?
Turnout gear, face piece, and radios are going to be about $6,500 per member, and I'm out of all of those. E-dispatch, I'm limit it to 25 members. If I have to up that to 50, that's another $2,800 per year for that.
Okay, but I guess, are you saying you have enough for the current members, but you don't have any reserve? Is that what you're saying? Or do you not have enough?
I have some old turnout gear that's still in date, do not have face pieces. I have one radio left. The radios are about $2,500. Just things of that nature that, and like I said, I mean, you're gonna see it in the budget. I don't care to tell you. The average I'm at right now, where my per diem was like $56,000 last year, at the rate I'm going right now with the participation we have and the call volume we have, my per diem is gonna end up this year at about $97,000. And if I just keep adding people, it's just gonna keep going up. And I want to see, I've never had a problem with not having enough people. I mean, there's always plenty. I don't mind adding more if y'all want me to. I'm just gonna have to spend some more money. I don't mind it. Think it might be unnecessary right now, though.
How many are you at, would you say you're averaging per call versus where you were before the per diem went up?
We were at 7, and I don't think it's per diem up. Our membership's up. We were at 18 for years, and now we're up to 25. I mean, I'm averaging roughly 9 people per call. And I want you to take into consideration that the majority of the calls that are up, false alarms, control burns, public assist, and all these are rectified very quickly. So I only get 2 or 3 to those, which brings my average down. Structure fires, motor vehicle accidents, vehicle fires, I'm averaging 14 to 17 members per call, where it used to be 7.
Now, the reason I ask about that, and this would, I don't know if this would come from this committee or if we even wanted to go this route. At budget last year, when we were discussing the increasing the per diem, one thing that was mentioned was there are some volunteer fire departments that pay right based on how many people respond. Like the first X number of people get, what the full amount, additional ones might get a lower one depending on the type of call. I didn't know with such an increase in the per diem, I didn't know if that might be something we might look at or not. Like I said, I don't know if that would start here or budget, or if we don't even want to fool with that.
Chairman, how many of your guys is also rescue?
Off the top of my head, maybe 18.
This is just me asking a question. This ain't me being for it one way or the other, but if you built the bay at full length, full width, would it be able to house our rescue vehicles? I'm just saying that there might be, this is just a thought, a way to combine. And that way, because I do know that the rescue vehicles get used on crashes. The guys that I usually see driving the rescue vehicles is your guys, or vice versa, And I just think that we might have a way to combine both of these departments and make it a whole lot more efficient and a whole lot more in a better location, one location for everybody. And we all know that that building on top of that hill is falling apart, and we keep sinking money into that thing. It wasn't made to do really what it's doing. It's just a thought, just for the committee to think about.
This is something that would be circled back to also, because I don't mind sharing. Kevin Lauer was the gentleman that did, our piece of finding how our fire department and our rescue would combine. He was asked to do that. He completed it December 2023. I know that I have asked for that a few times. I know that it has been told to me that there's a phase 2, or it's not complete, or don't have it. August 8th, 2024. Whenever I talked to him again, I asked for an update because I kept getting those answers. And he said he released the report to the county. And I asked if there was going to be more than one report. Not from me. I finished the work that was requested. This is the gentleman that we hired to do the survey of whether or not our departments should combine. This study? Yes. That was quite a while back.
And then again, I was going to clarify, that was just a thought for the future. If y'all ever want to bring it up, and it would be up to the department heads of rescue and fire and all that. It just seems like it might be a way to be able to get this size of building built, because I don't think they have that many vehicles at rescue, and it would be big enough. I don't think they do. How many vehicles they got? 5?
That's not including the UTVs and the boats and things. There could be some consolidation.
Right. But there again, that's up to the department heads want to come together and work that out. That's just a thought.
Well, I think in terms of getting that report, if we haven't gotten it yet, I would say ask Mr. Beller how we would go about getting that from the mayor's office. 'Cause I think you as chair would have the right to demand it.
Who has the report?
When he said he turned it in, I imagine he was saying to the mayor's office. But I haven't seen it. I can ask again. What else do you have for us?
I can oversimplify that. I've actually had this discussion multiple times with multiple people. If you'll put, let's say, the fire chief, the captain of rescue, Matt Beatty, and a mediator together within about a month, I'm sure we could have you a plan. I've been talking about it for about 3 years now, and I didn't need to hire a specialist. I know how to do it. And I've talked to them, and it's pretty simple. And it's not out of the question. The problem is logistically, you got to get the vehicles all at one place. And like I said, there might be some consolidation of vehicles, but if it's something that the commission wants to do, it's not a problem. Guidance, a committee, a time frame, and do it. Anything else on that?
What does the body want to do?
And I assume this committee has the authority to request that the 3 of y'all have that meeting, and I guess we could determine who we wanted the 4th one to be. I mean, if there's someone that you think would be a good choice, I think we're certainly going to listen, and if we can direct that meeting to be set up, then I'd go ahead and move to authorize it.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm up here talking, not having the mic on. Anywho, okay, so your motion would be for them to have a meeting. Ken, Matt Beatty, Timmy,
Uh, Do you think there's somebody that the three of y'all could agree on, or is there someone that the committee here thinks will be a good person for the fourth? I mean, it really doesn't matter to me who it is.
I believe the mayor needs to be on it too.
I think that would be fair, especially given we're in an election cycle. Have Brian and Jack both be part of it. That way we're not showing any favoritism. Or we don't appear to be showing any favoritism. So yeah, I'd be fine with that.
yes. Yes. Okay. I think I took it, as a joke because you guys are sitting close to each other. That would be 5 if I was included. Yes.
Six might be a bit much. I mean, I guess it's good. Do we want Brian and Jack, or do we want Amber? I mean, like I said, I'm okay either way. Right. Yeah.
When do we want to set the meeting for?
I would say have them figure it out, but I think we would recommend as soon as possible.
First, we need to decide. So who are we deciding? That's the actual committee.
You're the chairman, Aaron. You can do it.
It would be all the department heads and myself would be in that meeting.
It'd be good to get it done before the budget.
Okay, I can send an email out and see when people are available. That's not a problem. I did have 2 questions. I think you had given me a partial, pretty much answer. What groundwork would need to be done in order to bill the insurance companies for these house fires?
That would probably have to be set by an ordinance. And you'd have to have a fee. And you'd have to figure out how you'll bill that fee. And figure out what you'll do for those who don't have insurance. I'm not sure how it works to say, okay, I'm going to bill you because you got insurance, but I'm not going to bill you because you don't have. Or walk up, hand somebody a $350 or $500 bill who just lost their home and belongings because the fire department showed up. I don't know how that works out. Personally, I don't agree with it, but that's up to y'all.
Is there anything yet set that they're going to charge a fee for a permit? Is there?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Before, there wasn't like a fee that the county was paying, was there? Now, are they wanting to for someone to apply for a fee and pay, or for a fire permit to burn, or we're talking about burning, right?
Nope.
No. Okay, oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at our paperwork here on the order. Okay. Sorry about
This is
that.
just me making a statement on that, right? So don't take this the wrong way, but, you know, they already pay taxes for these services. I just think putting a fee on it.
Hang on. Whoop. So this would, if groundwork was done, I'm only throwing this out there. This is what the insurance, this would be billing the insurance. It wouldn't be billing the individual. Question,
Is this something that's done in other jurisdictions?
question number 2. What about your false alarms? Are they still the same place over and over again?
No, our false alarms are spread over many places now, many of them residential, to be honest with you. Not like Buffalo Valley nursing home, hardly ever get calls to them anymore. These are individual homes.
He's talking about, say, little old ladies that are up in the middle of the night at the nursing home that pull the fire alarm.
I'm sure. Did we get a second on the motion on forming the subgroup to talk about combining?
So I can continue. I got, as far as maintenance needs, I just got a PO for roughly $9,000 to do all of the preventive maintenance on all the trucks and all of the certified pump tests that are required. That'll be done at the end of this month. You can look at the call volume, call reports. Storm damage obviously is up. That's 4 calls. Like I said, the public assist, control burn, false alarm, those are up. The rest of them are on track with last year. Those raised the volume. The same thing as always, 6 hours using in-house trainers, Vector Solutions. This month we did pumper operations. We did that at Second Creek. We did that with trainers out of Lafayette. I also used our new floating pump, which we can take and put in a swimming pool, a creek, a pond. Anything that's got 6 inches of water, we can pump water out of 500 gallons a minute up to 500 feet away. So if there happened to be a swimming pool, we don't have to drive a truck through a yard. We don't have to cut a fence. We just take this thing over there, stick it in the pool, fire it up, and pump water to our trucks. This is a new piece of equipment we just got recently, worked very well. Yes,
So like, I don't have what I call fire water, which makes my insurance be higher.
yes.
Does that, help people's insurance?
Don't know yet. We're contemplating actually get together with Ray and Chief Cawthorn, Tony Crook, and see, we're actually on the verge of being able to redo our ISO rating. We want to get with them first to see how confident they are in what their ISO downfalls were. We know what ours were. Part of the ISO is you have to be able to flow a particular number of gallons for a particular number of minutes within a particular number of minutes. I would think it would help, but I am not sure about that. That's the training, maintenance needs other than the PMs going on. The building we already talked about. Get into the burn permit, if y'all would. There was a big discussion on the burn permit inside the Urban Services District. Who was going to oversee it, how much money it was going to cost. It was very lengthy. If you look on the back page, you'll see an email from Wade Waters, who is the protection director for the state forestry. I basically asked a question, why are we not using Burn Safe TN's website for urban services? Obviously, because we had an existing ordinance inside the urban services. If we rescind any ordinance inside the urban services, TN Burn Safe will then take over all of our burn permits, even inside the old city limits. Free of charge. It's not really free. We pay them $1,000 a year out of our budget for it. But it work in the city just like it does in the county. And you'll read through that where he said multiple cities have done that because it is so much easier. There's a burn ban, they take care of the burn ban. There's a hazard, they take care of the hazard. They take care of everything for you. With that, Amy and I came up with an ordinance that would rescind all of the open burning restrictions that have ever been in the urban services and would then allow forestry to take over all of the burn permits. For your consideration, up to you. I was going to take it to codes and zoning first. David asked that I bring it to y'all first.
Ken, two questions on this one. One, so this rescinds within the urban services district. Are there any regulations in the county at present?
Just the ones that forestry has, which is October 15th to May 15th.
Okay.
And that's when it's effective.
Okay, and second question, the page with the TCA code on this page before the email, just for everybody on the committee, mentions that within 500 feet of any forest, grasslands, or woodlands. Are those terms defined? 'Cause I guess my only concern would be if someone's close to a field, would that be considered a grassland?
You'll notice that says October 15th through May 15th, 500 feet of any forest, grassland, or woodland without first securing a permit. So that would work on, let's say, East Main around the Holder property, still in the urban services, but they have grassland and woodlands. Right now, they fall under an old burn permit ordinance that we can't find. While we were trying to rewrite one and figure out who's going to oversee it, and again, how much it was going to cost, rescinding that ordinance would put it under the Burn Safe TN website, just like everybody in the county does. You get online, you file for burn permit, it's a done deal. And by the way, if you choose to do this, they would rather it not take effect until October. I know the ordinance said upon acceptance, but they'd rather it don't take place till October so that they can get it in their web system. Yeah, Department of Forestry.
I know at one time we talked about the state regulations, whether or not we wanted the state regulations to be part of our burn permit, to default to them.
It basically makes the same regulations that everybody in the county has, the same regulations everybody in the city will have. And there's no oversight from us. It all goes through the state.
But this would basically make it the same as the state regulations.
Yes.
Sheriff's Department.
No. It's none of this paying up front, and then we decide it's too windy and have to give them the money back. Who's going to take it? Who's going to do what with it? It's basically get online. If the mayor or I or Matt Beatty say, hey, it's too windy or too dry, we put in a burn ban, you push a button, and all of a sudden forestry does not issue burn permits till we take it off.
How do we all feel about it?
Are you needing a motion on this?
I think we need to study it, take it home, read it and be sure.
still has to go to codes and zoning, so I guess I'll motion to send it to codes and zoning with favorable from us with the change in the effective date that Ken mentioned.
What you got?
That's all I have. We've already discussed the storage garage unless anybody has any other questions.
Okay, if not, let's have a motion to adjourn.